Okay, guys, this is it. Morning weigh-in, day one. Let's get this thing started and see what the starting weight is for this 50-pound weight loss journey. Let's do it. Okay, we got it. Starting weight, 223. So, there we go. That's our starting point. This is it. Day one. My goodness, the hair. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. So this is kind of what we're dealing with. I'm trying to get rid of this. Trying to maintain some arm. Who did the tricep? Not me. Not me. All right, don't worry about it. All right, so this is where we are. This is the starting point to 223 down to 173. So this is how we're going to do it. This is what it's going to be. I'm going to pretty much kind of like what I talked about, just kind of walk through all the different steps, take the different journey to see what it is that I can do, be creative with it, but then also how can I live my life while doing it? How can I do just so many things? I don't want to just completely be, taken over by this weight loss the entire time and become like a slave to it, but also at the same time, be consistent with it and stay to it and not just completely fall off, because I also want to be having fun while doing it. So here we go. Day one. Let's go do it. Okay, 50-pound weight loss journey. Let's talk about it. So this isn't actually my first time doing this. I have done multiple mega weight cuts throughout my life. Basically, that's how my fitness journey started back going, almost a decade ago. But basically, I originally lost about 100 pounds. And I posted about that in my original video when I did this. And then I've kind of had these up and downs. We all have. Anyone that's gone through a weight loss or a cut, or anyone that even does like bodybuilding and stuff like that, they know about the bulk and the cutting phases and stuff like that. And I've never competed. I know like about a lot of fitness things, like the bodybuilding world and industry and things like that. But I myself have obviously never participated or done anything like that. But I have done my ebbs and flows and ups and downs and things like that. So now I'm in the process of doing it again. I was really on point, and then kind of, as the holidays kind of got around, I kind of went off. So then I figured I want to start this series, basically a 50-pound weight loss journey, lose 50 pounds by basically 4 months, basically now 4th of July. I remember kind of when I came into like really following the fitness industry, I got into it right as basically Rich Piana was doing his Bigger by the Day, for people that remember that, early 2016. And Sam, Sulik, is that his name? I believe how you pronounce it, but he's now kind of taken over that, daily journey. You think about like Christian Guzman when he did his summer shredding daily vlogs and stuff like that. And I've kind of always enjoyed those series, but Bigger by the Day was like the first one that Rich Piana did, where it was like, hey, here's the goal, here's the thing, and then obviously other people have kind of followed suit with that. So for me, I kind of wanted to do something different, in that I've done these weight losses before. I've done, multiple, mega weight losses. And this time I wanted to kind of do it and document it to kind of show other people kind of what my process is, what my philosophy is, what goes into it mentally and stuff like that. Because I think everyone in theory that has had to go through a big weight loss or go through a big cut, I think they know about it. But until you actually do it, it's different. It is so, so different until you're the one doing it. I think, there's no, replacement for firsthand experience. So when you can be the one to do it, it's going to add so much more than someone can tell you, oh, well, you just got to do this, you just got to do that. And it's like, I understand, but maybe if you haven't struggled or done the same things that someone else has dealt with in terms of particularly, dieting, exercise, food. I mean, every single person that I think has done, that's overweight or has been overweight their lives, they've done everything. They've done it all, right? Like they've done every single diet you can do. They've gone keto, they've done intermittent fasting, which is actually something I do. I've always indirectly done intermittent fasting. So all the way to high school, I remember I'd wake up, I wouldn't get out of bed in time. Same thing, college, get out of bed. I'm not getting out of bed and going to get breakfast or I have to get to my 8 a.m. class. Are you serious? Come on, be serious. So I've always kind of indirectly pushed my meals, and that's just kind of always the way I've operated. So then when I actually kind of discovered, intermittent fasting, that's actually a thing. It's become a very normalized thing
that a lot of people are doing, in and out of the fitness industry and stuff like that. So I think that's a great diet, but it's not a magic pill. I think people are like, oh my God, intermittent fasting, like what's the big secret? You're essentially skipping a meal and moving meal times. That's really all it is. You're skipping theoretically breakfast, and then you're kind of pushing your meals, so you're theoretically giving yourself less time to put in calories throughout the day. That is the big secret to intermittent fasting. But there are benefits of fasting. I think I've seen like it can, in minute ways, raise, I think, growth hormone levels and things like that. But ultimately, that is really the main focus and point of intermittent fasting. Is that's what you're going to do. You are going to come in, you're going to skip a meal, and you're going to kind of push that first meal throughout the day, and kind of push that off. That way, when you are eating, you can have bigger meals, more satiating meals, things like that. Since you already skipped one of your meals, if you need to get in 2,200 calories or whatever, and you didn't spend 700 of those at breakfast, you now have 2,200 calories to get in throughout the day. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But I think every single person that's gone through this journey has tried to do something, no matter what it is. But again, whether it was keto, where they want to do, carb cycling, which I have done. The thing is, throughout all of this, I've done all of it. So, they've done cardio, they've done weightlifting, they've done it all, but it's sticking to it. And I think that's always the hard part. For anyone, they can do it for a day, they can do it for a week. They can even do it for like a month. But can you make this your lifestyle and stuff like that? So I want to basically come on here. One, just kind of show someone that's like maybe like never done it. Like, this can be done. There are steps. And it doesn't have to be 50 pounds. If someone just wants to do 5 to 10 pounds, you can do that. It never has to be all the way to the extreme. I think that's always one thing we kind of forget is, it doesn't have to be the extreme. And there's multiple ways. So I'm going to be doing different things where it's just going to be, strictly dieting. That'd be more the, bodybuilding bro diet, if you would. But I'm also going to have fun things. I'm going to have a week where I'm going to be eating like dips, because I'm going to be doing a, Only Murders in the Building diet, if you know that show. But that'll be, again, down the line. But I'm going to be doing a week where I'm going to be doing like eating like tacos and things like that. But it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be to like prove that you can do this while fitting into your lifestyle. I think that's why If It Fits Your Macros became so big around that time, 2016, 2017, obviously it was carried over into today, and that was like these Starbucks. People wanted to fit in things like Pop-Tarts and candy into their diets and stuff like that, whereas now we're almost seeing more of, today I think people are being, it's more of lifestyle, unless you're truly that on a prep and stuff like that, in a bodybuilding prep, and you have to be so strict that it becomes hard. And I also want to show that like I want to be able to live a life while doing this, while cutting. I think so many people think, oh man, if I have to lose all this weight, or I have to be so dialed in and focused, I can't do anything else. Just got to be this. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. I don't think you should go all out, eating whatever you want every single weekend, and, just going out and full on partying and things like that. But I think, again, so many things I see is, if you were in the fitness industry, you know anything about it, bodybuilding, those preps, those last 3 weeks, bam, that's where they struggle. That's where a lot of people drop out, because it just comes so hard. It's a gruel, it's a grind, it's mental, and everything up here is just like messing with you. And so many competitors by that point, they almost don't even care about the show. You ask them, they're more focused on their cheat meal they're going to have after the show. They don't care. They don't care about that $5 trophy anymore, whatever it is. They don't care about the pro card. They don't care about winning the show. They don't care about placing. They only care about, what am I going to eat after that show? This is the point where, they all have their favorite food people, right? Like they have their favorite food channels they literally go to and watch it. You have people like Matt Stoney and Eric the Electric, or whoever it is. They're like, just go watching someone else binge eat food because they can, and stuff like that. So I think and so many of them, they turn to hermits. They just turn into, I have to isolate. I'm going to hibernate during this time. I'm not going to go out and do anything because I can't be around food. I can't be around other people going out to dinner and things like that. And I can't be around people that are going out drinking, and I just want to go out and just say, forget all this. This is way more fun and things like that. And, other people do well, but I want to be that person that can kind of go out and show, hey, I can go out for a Saturday night and not touch alcohol and have a couple of Diet Cokes and call it a night, and just go out and enjoy the night with my friends. Go out on a Saturday night. I don't have to sit there and lock myself away or skip events, if you're, have graduations or whatever it is, or you have parties, or hell, even a 4th of July party that'll hopefully be around again when this is ending and stuff like that. Being able to go participate in all those things, but you can do it the right way. You can go out to dinner and maybe like, hey, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to join you. I'm going to join you guys, but I'm not going to actively participate. I'm going to passively be there, you know. And I think that's something I've always wanted to kind of do. I always want to find that, you know, that here's that word balance that people talk about. So I want to be able to do this, and that's why I want to do this 50-pound weight loss, and I've lost it, and I want to get back down to that. And I want to get to the lowest weight ever. The lowest weight I have gotten since my fitness journey has started is 183. I want to get 10 pounds below that. Bam. I want to get to 173. So we're gonna see basically. I did a weigh-in, and it's gonna be in this video. Where we started, its starting weight's gonna be 223. 223. I should never be above 200 pounds. That is my goal. After this, by the way, through this video, I will never be above 200 pounds again. Like, I am done. No more bulking, no more anything like that. I will never weigh that much ever again. Like, this is it. Like, right now, it's on video. No going back. I will never be above 200 pounds. Again, I know, never say never. I will never be above 200 pounds after that again. That is where I will now officially maintain after this cut. And after 4th of July, I kind of want to keep this going. I want to really, you know, I want to dial it in even more. But I think the first goal is to do a mega weight loss, because I want to show people that you can do it, but you don't need to do it this quick. I'm doing it this quick because I'm crazy. That's just what I do. When I see something, I'm just like, oh no, I'm going to go do that. And it's not always necessarily going to be the healthiest thing or the way you should do it. I don't think anyone should do something that they're not comfortable with, or they're not, you know, that's going to risk their health and things like that. It's the same thing with when you're going to put on a massive amount of weight and stuff like that. But I think if you have a clear-cut goal in mind and you just want to get there, then you know what? Don't be afraid to push it. Make it hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun, and you're not always going to be motivated. Day 1, it's easy to be motivated. Day 45, day 65, day 85, you know, even like, you know, you're coming out at the end. It's not easy to be motivated. Those are probably the days and times you're going to want to quit the most and stuff like that, because it's not going to be as fun. It's not going to be as fresh. It's not going to be as new. It's not going to be as enjoyable. You're going to be miserable in certain parts of this. But I think it's learning to adapt through those times when it's really hard, when your mind is just telling you to quit and things like that. It's like, oh, just go ahead and eat that thing. Forget this. You don't need to worry about this. But I do, because this is what I want to do. I want to set out a goal, and I want to accomplish it. I have not been in the 170s, and that's what I want to get to. So weight loss, it's going to be a journey. I think anyone that's ever done it knows that it is a journey, but I want to take someone else on, you know, this journey with me to kind of show what it is I'm doing, you know, what it looks like on a day-to-day, why I'm doing this, some of the workouts and things like that, and how it's going to vary, but also how I think you can do it, and maybe not the way that everyone thinks is just going to be the most strict, not enjoyable thing to ever do, and just make it seem like, oh, it's just a miserable experience, but also something that it can be fun, that you can even learn to fall in love with. When I first got into fitness, it was because I want to be in better shape and things like that. Just like so many people, why do you get into fitness? Because I want to get in better shape, because I'm more confident. I want girls to like me and talk to me and stuff like that. And I think that's why a lot of people get into it originally and stuff like that, at least for guys. And girls, same thing. They want to get more attention from guys, or they want to become more confident. They want to be able to go into a gym and, you know, be the strongest version of themselves, kind of thing, and stuff like that. But then after a while, you just kind of learn to fall in love with it. Like for me, it was like I never would have. When I first started doing this, I would have sat around and watched YouTube fitness videos and stuff like that. And now I absolutely love the whole idea of the fitness industry and things like that. And basically, ever since like that time, I've fallen in love with so many different things. I've followed so many different people. I've tried almost every single thing that you can do in terms of supplements, in terms of you know, diets, in terms of lifting styles, like every single thing you can imagine, I have done. So this is going to be a really cool, fun experience that I am excited to do, because I haven't really done a concentrated cut like this in a long time. It's been months. Yikes. Well, I mean, I was cutting really well, but it wasn't that concentrated. I wasn't dialed in. I was lower months ago. You'll look back at some of my earlier videos. Hell, go back and look at like my 2 or 3 full workouts ago that was probably posted back in, you know, September, October. You can see how much, you know, leaner I am and stuff like that. So I want to take that to the next level. My goal physique, my dream physique is, this is going to be super obvious, but it's whatever. You know, it would be Zac Efron, but like Baywatch would be like, you know, like God tier. But even if you go watch something like Neighbors, Neighbors 2, somewhere in between there, between like Neighbors 2 and Baywatch, Zac Efron, kind of like that meeting in there or something like that. Again, that's just for me. I would love anyone out there that kind of had it, and like that doesn't have to be. If I don't achieve that, then I'm not gonna be happy. Like that's not at all what it is. But that's just kind of a mindset or a goal that I have going into it. Of okay, that's kind of my vision. If that's my vision, what do I need to do to like piece that together? How do I need to mold that? And what piece needs to go here? What piece needs to go here? And then it comes all together like that. So that is the goal, to basically get down to 173 by 4th of July. That is giving me a 4-month window to lose this. And I know that's a very extreme weight loss. And I don't think everyone should do that. I do not want anyone to sit there and fall and be like, oh, I have to lose this much weight or anything like that. Or that's the healthiest thing to do and things like that. But it's just more of I have a focus and a goal. And I want to show people kind of what it looks like when I've done these before, when I've done these weight losses and stuff like that. And then how can I take that and then make it a long-term, sustainable, viable lifestyle where it's like, okay, here was the cut, here's how you got there, but how do you stay there? It's kind of like you can climb the mountain, but can you stay there? Or it's if you ever seen Seinfeld, anyone can take a reservation, but it's really holding the reservation that's most important. It's like, yeah, you can lose weight, but can you maintain that weight loss kind of thing, or do you kind of go through those ebbs and flows? And we all will. I don't want anyone to think it always has to be linear. There we go. Always has to be linear. You're going to go up and down you're going to have days of discouragement where you're maybe not going to see the scale move, or you're not going to see the things you want to see in the mirror look the exact way. But it's powering through that, knowing that you are going to get there. You're going to get there. It's going to be tough, but you're going to continue to move forward. There's going to be progress, even when you don't necessarily see it, or what's this thing? Everyone kind of develops body dysmorphia, where you don't even realize how much, leaner you are, how much bigger you are, better shape you're in, almost until you see it side by side, or someone comes up and says, oh my God, you look amazing. What are you doing? You look like you've lost 10 pounds. You gained 10 pounds of muscle. Like, what's going on here? And it might be a day where you think you look like, hot garbage and stuff like that. Our brains can be really mean to us at times like that. But that's kind of where this is. What is it that I want to accomplish? And I want to accomplish a big goal, a hard goal, an extreme goal. I acknowledge that. But at the same time, it's what I want to do. And I want to kind of show the journey of what this looks like, what it looks like for someone trying to lose weight, and things like that, and have kind of a major cut and kind of give it a little insight into what it's like to have that cup, and then also kind of see the results come and see the changes happen over time. So there's going to be a lot of different fun things along this journey. A lot of it's going to be early on basic dieting and exercise, because what's the most important thing is always going to be the diet. When you are going on a major weight loss, people say, hey, what's more important, diet or exercise? Every single time it's going to be diet, right? Like, you can sit there and do all the ab workouts you want, stuff like that. If you want abs, they're made in the kitchen. Like, it's the generic saying. Steve Cook, if you guys remember him, he did the 10,000 calorie challenge back in the day, and then he tried to do the burn 10,000 calories in a day challenge. It was the whole idea of, can you out-train a bad diet? And the ultimate answer to that is no. I think he ended up burning like 7,000 or 8,000 calories or something like that after eating 10,000. And obviously those are extremes, but the point is, if your diet is not in check, if you are not, ultimately, how do you lose weight? Calories in versus calories out. If you are not burning, outputting more than you're intaking, then you're not going to lose weight. And that's kind of what it is. But then it's kind of like, okay, you want to lose weight, but you want to lose fat. How do you maintain the muscle? And how do you kind of bring that all together? And that's kind of what I want to go through kind of on this journey to see what it looks like at the end. And I think when you're cutting more extreme like that, yeah, it's going to be, you're going to lose mass right away. Whether that's muscle, whether that's fat, whether that's water, a lot of it's going to come down. And then from there, though, I think once you kind of get down to that more goal weight, then I think you play around with it. Then you can do a lot more of that, what's known as recomping, where you're, gaining and losing at the same time. Again, that's a dirty words. People don't know if you can do that. It's like you can, but you're not actually losing it simultaneously. It's like you have points where you were dieting down, and then you have points where you're putting on muscle, you're gaining it, and over that time, you're kind of ebb and flowing. But then at the end of that, you end up pretty much at a similar weight, but your body looks different. So you might get down to 173, but then a few days you'll be 176. Then you'll come down to like 172 when you're trying to diet, and it's going to go like that. And after a few weeks, you're going to see that, you ended up being the same weight, but now your body actually is showing that you are at a lower body fat percentage. You have more muscle than you had at the beginning. You are actually leaner. That's the idea of recomping. It's not like you are simultaneously burning fat and building muscle at the same time. No, it's an ebb and flow, just like anything else. That'll be down the road. That'll be at the end of this, that I can't wait to kind of go on that journey at that point. But now, between now and 4th of July, it's a big goal, and I want to do this. So we're going to have a lot of different diets, a lot of different exercises. A lot of it's going to be basic, like more of like the bro bodybuilding split kind of thing. But then we're going to start throwing in like more cardio sets, a lot more circuit training and things like that. That was one of the things I utilized when I first lost 100 pounds way back in the day. So this is going to be a super cool, fun, exciting journey. I'm excited to document this for the first time. As I said, I've done these weight losses before, but I've never got to document it like this. So the fact that I get to this time and kind of show you the day-to-day and what that looks like, and kind of show some of my meals, some of my dieting and things like that. And again, doing certain fun things along the way that maybe necessarily doesn't fit what a prototypical cut or diet looks like, but can still make it work. Showing people how they can maybe slow out and live life and go participate in activities and things like that, but maybe they don't have to sit there and, go out to eat, eating the same meals or going out drinking and stuff like that, but can still go participate and have a social life and not just feel like, oh man, I'm losing this weight, I have to do all this, so I have to just hide away and do this until I'm done with that journey. I want to show people that this can still be fun, that it doesn't have to be, you have to pick one. You either get a social life or you have to do this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm excited to do this. I can't wait to bring you guys along for the journey with me. We're going to talk about different things. I think about every single video is going to be probably a talk like this somehow. So I apologize in advance for just yapping and not shutting my mouth. But hey, sometimes you got to do that. So it's going to be talking about different things like, how much do genetics play a factor in it? What is the difference in dieting? What is your macros actually better? Can you eat certain things? What can't you eat? What can you eat? And things like that. Why, certain lifts are going to be better. What am I doing? Why am I emphasizing this? Why am I not doing this more? And things like that. People have questions or whatever. I'm happy to kind of talk about those topics. So it's just going to be fun. I'm excited to go do this. I'm excited to go on this journey. I hope you guys are able to follow along and enjoy it as well. And like I said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be tough. I'm happy to finally be documenting a big weight cut like this, that I just kind of want to show other people that have maybe been in that situation, that they're not sure they can do it. They can. You don't have to be extreme about it. You don't have to be as hard on yourself about it, but just know that you can do it. And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be the most fun, but we're going to try to make it as fun as we can. And what can you do to make things easier on yourself and not have to make it be so miserable, but also prove that, even the little steps, even if it's not 50 pounds, it could be 5 pounds, it could be 10 pounds, it can be whatever it is that you want to do to take that step in the right direction, that go for it. So let's get on this journey together. Let's go have a good time, and let's go ahead and officially start the countdown to 4th of July, lose 50 pounds by 4th of July. This is going to be wild. This is going to be insane. Let's get weird. All right, I think I have everything I need to go to the gym today, and I haven't shown you guys what I've eaten yet because I haven't eaten anything. That's right, I'm going to train fasted, which I know. That is, for some people, that is heresy. For other people, they get it. When the weather does get nicer, like I said, we're going to do some morning cardio. I'm going to take you guys with me and do that, but we're going to do outside morning cardio because I literally love walking. Is one of my favorite things. We're going to do a few walk and talks,
during this weight loss journey because I love doing that. So I'm gonna get double shoulder workout, which is what we're training today, by the way. We're starting with shoulders. But yeah, basically I love doing walk and talk, so we can take you along the ride with that and go do some walking and talking action while we're doing our morning cardio routines. And that'll be part of that. What else? I'm trying to think of anything else that we need to really know. Like I said, I think I have everything. So we can go to the gym. But yeah, today we're training fasted, which muscle building and trying to gain weight and really build muscle, not going to probably be your most efficient route. But I think when you're cutting, a lot of people are going to sit there and say, you know, I train fasted and stuff like that. And a lot of it's going to be mental. So much of doing this, whether it's building muscle, whether it's losing weight, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're doing something, so much of it is going to become a mental game. If you want, I can't train because I haven't eaten anything, or, oh, I can't train fast, I'm going to be weaker. Well, then you're going to be weaker because that's where your mind's telling you. Your mind is really telling you, well, yeah, you're weaker, so you can't lift as much because you've already said that. You've already put that thought out there. You already have this preconceived notion or idea that, well, if I haven't eaten a bunch of food or I don't have a bunch of food in my system, then I'm not going to be as strong, or I'm training fast, I'm not going to give a good workout today. Well, yeah, because you've literally just said that you're not going to get a good workout in, so you almost go and do the whole self-fulfilling prophecy of, can't train fast, I can't do this, can't do that. Well, try it. Go into it saying, I'm going to go in today, I haven't had anything to eat, but I'm still going to get a great workout in. And that's what you're going to do. That will literally happen. So it's not the whole like manifesting or like, you know, power positive, like that whole thing, but it's literally just, if you already go into something, your mind's already gone there, it's hard for the body to follow. It's hard for your body to go the opposite direction. If up here, from Seinfeld, Kramer, up here, I'm already gone. That's so true. If you already let yourself go to a place, it's really, really hard to get back to that place, especially really quickly. It takes more time, and probably more time than it's going to take for you to get to the gym and do your workout. It'd probably take like literally all day for you to try to get there, and you don't have all day. So we're going to go in, we're going to train fasted, we're going to get started. We have our starting weight down, so let's go ahead, let's get over to the gym and do that, and yeah, see you guys over there, I suppose. We'll see. We're here. We're going to take some pre-workout here really quick. What we got? We got Rise Kool-Aid today. So Rise Kool-Aid is going to be the pre-workout of choice. I have a bunch of different pre-workouts I like to take, but Rise is usually really good. Has plenty of beta alanine in it. So if you are Mr. or Mrs. Tingles and loves that tingly feeling where there's like, you know, pins and needles everywhere, that's too much. We can't full scoop anymore, guys. This is a nom, there rules. Okay. Shout out. Big Lebowski, but no. I cannot full scoop anymore. Trust me, I've tried. Full scooping and me just do not, they don't mix very well. So, but we are going to do this. Sometimes you just got to shake it up. Just got to shake it up. Like we're going to shake up the fitness system. We're not. We're just trying to lose 50 pounds by 4th of July. So that's still going to be pretty intense. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drink this, get the chills throughout our body, and then, yeah, from there, what's the next plan? We'll go do a quick little warm-up. Go warm up on the treadmill for a solid, like, 10 minutes, and that's, like, not cardio. Do not be fooled. It's 10 minutes of not cardio action. So you can't classify that as cardio. So we're going to do that for, like, 10 minutes warm up, then we're going to go ahead and jump into shoulders. So shoulder day, starting this thing off strong. What do we want to do? I'm trying to decide if I want to do shoulder dumbbell presses or shoulder. They have a really good shoulder machine, like a hammer shoulder machine. So it's like, do I want to do that? Do I want to do dumbbells? Honestly, since I'm bringing you guys along, it'll probably be whichever one is less busy, so which is actually more available that I can set up my camera, to be completely honest. So yeah, probably pick whatever one's there. We're going to do a lot of side laterals. I've become like I don't know. There's times where I become like an exercise minimalist, set maximist, where it's like you want variation, but I also feel like sometimes it's just like boring to where like people are like, I can't sit there and do 15 sets of like dumbbell side lateral raises, even if that was like the absolute best thing ever for, you know,
side laterals, I need to go do the machine, or I need to do it on the cable because I can't just sit there and do it. And I'm one of those people that could. I could absolutely sit there and just do the same exercise over and over again, especially if I felt like it was the absolute best exercise to be doing for that particular whatever. So yeah, I do that. So we're gonna do a lot of dumbbell side lateral raises. It's hard to say really fast 5 times. And then what? Then from there, we gotta do rear delts. Have to do rear delts. I do rear delts pretty much every workout. What's that old Athlete X Jeff Cavalier kind of told me? I was kind of already on that when he mentioned it, but basically I got so shoulder forward. I don't even know how you say that, but basically like my front delts were like literally so overpowering that I literally had my shoulders get like pulled forward. So I'm like sitting there hunchback, and I still probably I have like really bad posture and poise issues. I think I need to go see a chiropractor, but also I just need to see like movement specialist people who can like work with you to help you. Like I try to do shoulder stuff and stuff like that, and I do this pretty much every workout. Work out my shoulders as much as humanly possible, but still, for some reason, my shoulders get pulled forward, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I want to have normal posture. I want to have my shoulders sit right. I want to sit upright. I'm not trying to be the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not trying to be that, but yet there's just times where I'll sit there and involuntarily, if you've ever been to a workout, you know what I'm talking about. Almost with my pre-workout everywhere. But you'll just be sitting there, you'll do an exercise, and then you just hunch forward for no reason at all. Like absolutely no reason at all. You just hunch forward, sitting over like your bench or whatever it is. And it's like, my goodness, that cannot be good on your shoulders and posture. It turns out it probably wasn't. So yeah, that's what I need to work on. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit rear delts to really try to bring that back. And then from there, we might throw in 2 more accessories. We might do machine, side lats, and then I don't know. I just do so much for the point with like doing incline dumbbells for chest, regular bench, standing overhead press, seated dumbbell press, and then the hammer machines. That I just do so much for front delts and do so heavy lifting for front delts that I don't really feel like I need to do like extra front raises, whether that's cable front raises or dumbbell front raises. I just get so much front delt work from that. I don't feel like I need more. So we'll go ahead and just do one heavy dumbbell front. We'll do one heavy front delt exercise and then go from there. So yeah, that's our plan. It's our plan of attack. That's the plan, Stan. So let's go do it. All right.
Okay. Take a quick 10-minute warm-up walk here. Then we'll go ahead and jump into it. But always want to start with a little bit of warm-up and then make our jump and get ready. Make sure those shoulders are loose. I have no idea how loose they are. I guess we'll find out together. Let's do this. Okay, so here's what we decided to do. We're going to go with dumbbell shoulder presses because that was like wide open. The other machines were like super busy. So figured why not? Let's just take over this little area. No one else over here, and I want to do kind of dumbbells anyway because I haven't done them in a while. Let's see how heavy we go. Probably not very, so I don't want to hear any like, that's weak sauce. You know what? You're weak sauce. You're not. I am, but still, I don't need to hear it. All right, let's do dumbbell shoulder presses. Let's see. To get like 3 or 4 good sets in. Don't know if I'll get all of them. I'll probably film a couple, and then we'll go from there.
Should have stayed where the sun I ignore.
All right, so 60's moving pretty good, so we'll go ahead and bump it up here. Yeah, that's right, Kesha, and the club can't handle me right now. Club can't, they can. It very much actually can, but that's not the focus. We're gonna bump it up, 65, 70s in that range, and see how that feels, and see if the club can handle me at that point, because I can't handle myself, and you guys can't handle this either, so it is what it is.
Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliant.
Okay, that was 65s. That was tiring, but it felt pretty good, so might stick there, might bump it up, but we're first time doing dumbbells in a while. This is
This is fun. This is fun with the capital F-U-N. So emphasis on the F-U. But neither here nor there. We'll keep it going.
When the world was asleep, there are things we have that can keep.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That set of 70s was heavy, but it wasn't like super heavy. It was heavy, but it wasn't like whoa, crazy heavy. But I don't really think I'm gonna step it up too much more than that. So that might be. I'll do another set of that. We'll see. And not, we'll just jump right into sides because it felt pretty good, moving pretty well, but not trying to overly go crazy on the front delts today. So I do one more set. We'll see, and just gotta go from there. So also right now, guys, I'm using like regular rest times and stuff like that in between sets. As I get deeper into the cut and get closer to 4th of July and my weight starts going down, it's kind of harder to cut. I'm gonna start doing more circuit training and shorter rest breaks, stuff like that. So like 30 seconds, 20 seconds in between set, and just kind of go from movement to movement and just do more circuit workouts and things like that. So as of right now, it's pretty much just all normal stuff. From there, we'll kind of change it up once we adjust, but that'll be a couple months down the line. I might implement some of it now just because some of it can be fun. I'm kind of crazy like that. You guys know this already, but we'll kind of go from there. But right now, normal rest times in between all sets and things like that. Probably a little longer, to be honest, but I get distracted. We all get distracted. ADD, that whole thing.
If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? Flicker, who cares?
Also, these low angles are going to go away in like next week. Regular tripod is going to be fully implemented, so normal height things, not just weird like you're a doggo looking up kind of thing. So yeah, that'll be coming soon, I promise. Eventually, some point in the near. You just trust.
Someone's time runs out. If a moment is all we are, quicker, who cares if one more light goes out? Who cares if one more light goes out?
Okay, did a few sets of standing sides. Now we're gonna do a few of seated because I like to switch it up, and I just kind of want to do them seated because I also like really doing them seated. I feel like that kind of helps me be a little more steady and focused with less swing, but I just like doing both, so we're gonna switch it up and do both.
Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. They say
So when it comes to rear delts, since I like to do them so much, I love to do different variations of them. So the standard face pulls always going to want to go to a different, I guess, handles, whatever you want to call them. I like the rope, but my preferred is actually the wide grip, basically, if I can find it. But that's what I also like to do for lat pull downs. I do lat pull down, basically rear delt pulls. So instead of going all the way down with lats, you like essentially pull to your forehead. And then I also love to do seated cable variation, which is basically I'll just take a single, basically handle row. Instead of rowing to your side like this, I row up here, do it that way. So we're gonna start with face pulls, but we'll do another variation after we do the face pulls. I want to do a couple different rear delts to kind of finish it off and finish off the first day to 50. So here we go. Let's do some face pulls.
flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If the moment is all we are, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? Flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? A moment is all we are.
Okay, workout, done, handled, all that fun stuff. Sometimes I get in the gym, I run into people I know, get a little chatty. It's a whole thing. Don't judge. I mean, there's some judgment, but I think that's normal. Although that might say no judgment back there. Anyway, so now we're doing cardio. Going to do about 20 minutes of a nice little incline walk. So I think I'm doing that. What's that? 3-3-3 thing. We'll bump it up a little bit. So I'll go ahead and do my cardio and then catch you guys after this. Okay, guys, workout is done and handled. What do we do? Dumbbell shoulder press. We did that ended up doing 4 sets of that for about 8 to 12 reps, 8 to 12, well, maybe 12. Then we did dumbbell sides, and I think I did like 6. Like I said, I did crazy max sets on that. So I did dumbbell sides because I did 4 standing, I think 2 seated, and then rear delts. We did rear delt face pulls, rear delt seated lat pulls to the forehead. Ow, that was unnecessary. So we did that, and then did the 20 minutes cardio at the end. That's where we're at right now. 20 minutes cardio plus I'll probably do a little bit of cardio every single day post workout. Then I'm gonna start doing morning cardio. Then I'm gonna take you guys along with. We're gonna do some walk and talks because who doesn't want to hear what Sharon has to say for however many minutes at a time? I don't know. But anyway, so that's what we did. So now workout is done. Felt good. Day 1 workout in the books. We did it. So appreciate you guys tuning in for that. Now we're going to go ahead and go get some food. So I guess that'll be the next thing I'll show you guys, and food, and we'll chat about kind of what the diet is going to try to consist of a little bit on this workout or this, I guess, weight loss journey, and kind of how it's going to vary and stuff like that. I talked about it a little bit, the opening clip, but we'll go over more diet stuff here. Okay, dinner time for our first meal of the series. We're going to be having some battered fish fillets, and we're going to have some corn. Whose idea was the corn, eh? Name that movie. Classic. I'm going to make a bunch of corn jokes over and over again. So, corn and fish. We're going to go ahead and fire this up and go ahead and cook up our first official meal on the Lose 50 Pound series. Okay, this is it. It looks really, really freaking good. Really damn good. All right, here it is. This is the dinner meal. I'm not going to lie. I got this from my buddy Nick from way back in the day. He used to come over to my house, and he would make this like pretty much exact meal. So I kind of started doing it was basically like the fish with like a mixed veggie, essentially. This time I chose to do corn because I like corn. And if you don't like corn, you're kind of crazy or justified. I don't really know. I don't mind corn though, especially if it's going to be like garlic, like pepper, Parmesan, whatever. It was special. It was special kind of corn. So this is going to be it. This is going to be the first big meal on the cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and chat down on this, and then maybe show you a little something else that I'll be eating as well. So okay, though, for real though, this is incredible. Wow, this is amazing. If you find this particular corn out and about at your grocery store, get it. It's incredible. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You gotta try this. Okay, first day done and handled. Did it. Really good workout. Had some good food. I'm trying to think. We're gonna go a little grocery haul because I need to get some other things, and I actually didn't have much. I wasn't actually super prepared, but there's gonna be some other. It won't just be what I ate today, but that was just kind of a little first day teaser of like what a kind of like a bigger dinner or something looks like along with the other meals. So yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. It's good to get back on this. So I'm excited to see kind of that initial progress. I think for anyone when they're doing something like this, if they're doing a mega cut or they're doing a diet of any kind, trying to like either lose weight or, you know, bulk and gain muscle, whatever it is, that early kind of like result that they get to see usually really helps out a lot. And I think just kind of is the spark and jump start. So that's kind of what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to get kind of started, try to see some initial results, and really just kind of think when you kind of see it and you actually see that it's working, you actually kind of start to see little many changes kind of early on, it really excites you and makes you want to jump in and do it even more. So I think that's something that kind of people kind of lose sight of is, and especially I have, is like when you don't stick with it kind of right away, you kind of get back on track, you kind of don't get back on track kind of thing. It's just kind of like, you don't really give yourself enough time to truly see the change or feel the change and kind of feel, you know, how your body feels doing it, how your mind feels doing it, and all those different things. So now that I'm really jumping back into it and kind of going all in again, it's going to feel really good. And I think to actually see that and feel it, you know, kind of see the changes, feel it in my body, and just kind of just also how I feel. I also like, it's super weird to say, and I don't know why, I can't explain it, but like when my diet's really, really on point and I'm going to the gym and doing all those other things, life and everything just feels, I feel better. And it goes beyond just health. Like, oh, you feel better because you're eating healthier. Like, no, it's like mentally, like I feel a lot better too, which is why it's like kind of funny when I do fall off the diet or, you know, kind of do things that I shouldn't be doing, or kind of put my training maybe on the back burner, just kind of coast, or really dieting, kind of whatever I want, kind of things like that. When I'm dialed in, I actually feel better. Like I think back to those times of like when I'm really dialed in my diet, and I like somehow associate those with like better times. It's a really weird thing. I think anytime, you know, when it comes to like falling off your diet, it's just that short-term gratification versus like the whole long-term or the lifestyle sustainability of it. So anyway, that'll be something I'll get into another video of, maybe kind of dive deeper into that, of why I think that happens, or just examples of when I felt that way versus when I haven't. But yeah, it definitely feels really good to get back on this. So the march to 50 pounds and the journey to 4th of July pretty much starts right here. So I know this was a little longer video. The other ones won't be as long and stuff like that. I will kind of have little, you know, talks and stuff like that throughout that, and, you know, keep the workouts pretty consistent, things like that. But yeah, guys, this was it. So this was day one. You know, it's kind of, I remember seeing something last year he did it, and The Rock, who's being kind of naughty right now, but The Rock posted something. It was kind of like, you know, one day or day one. And, you know, it's kind of the whole concept of, I want to accomplish this, or this is my goal, or this is the thing I want to do, and I want to do that one day. And not many people actually put into practice, you know, actually doing it, or actually putting in a plan, or making it a possible reality by taking the first steps, whatever it is. Oh, I really want to move to this city. I really want to, you know, start this, you know, YouTube channel. I really want to gain or lose weight. I want to learn to play an instrument someday. And like they want to do that one day, and, you know, instead of just taking the first step, it doesn't have to be like the biggest step. It doesn't have to be the ultimate step. It could literally just be, if you're trying to lose weight, and, you know, you go for, you go for a few 10-minute walks every single day. That kind of thing is like, it's taking that first step. And I think that first step today was really good. So it's really good to feel like, you know, again, instead of one day, now that's day one out of, you know, however many it is, if it's going to be, you know, 4 months, 120. But yeah, that's kind of where it is. So this was an awesome day one. I'm glad I got to film it and kind of show you guys a little bit of how this is going to go. So again, these are going to come in different parts. I'm going to try to do these as many times as possible. If it's every other day, every 2 days, something like that, to, you know, kind of, you know, get everything in and kind of show you guys this process and keep you updated on, you know, where my weight is and stuff like that, and kind of show you the fluctuations. That way, you know, for other people that are doing like, you know, a diet or a cut or things like that, and they might see me hit a plateau or something like that, so they don't feel as discouraged when they hit a plateau, and just see all these other people like, oh man, their diet's going perfect, and every single day they're like, you know, down half a pound or something like that, and I've been stuck at the same weight for, you know, a week. We've all been there. We have every single person that has done this, whether bulking while cutting, that has really taken, you know, a weight change, you know, serious up or down, has hit those plateaus and have had to, you know, really grind through and push those. So I'm going to get there at some point over these next 4 months. So it's going to be, how do we respond? How do we react? How do we keep pushing through and not quitting when we hit those plateaus, and make the proper adjustments, or, you know, try to shake things up. So I'm excited. I look forward to doing more of these videos, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. This was really cool, day one. So, you know, 50-pound weight loss journey, day one in the books. Let's keep it going.